Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the 2022 F. John Outcalt Award for Outstanding Filmmaking Screening. I'm John Williams. I am the co-founder and executive director of RealWorks. And I'm so excited to share this remarkable evening of films with you tonight. The F. John Outcalt Award for Outstanding Filmmaking was the brainchild of Andrew Rosenthal, who wanted to find a way to honor the memory and legacy of his partner of 18 years, writer, director, and activist foreman John Outcalt. At the same time, Andrew wanted to support and inspire the young filmmakers that he met at RealWorks. It was a new idea to us. This was 2009. We'd been around for about 8 years. We had never singled out a filmmaker for special recognition. In some ways, making through a RealWorks filmmaking lab was challenging enough, and often the most complex and difficult project a teen may have ever done in their lives before they came to us. And the growth and change and development we saw in the young people through the filmmaking process was wasn't as always clear on the screen as what we saw in person. So as a youth development organization, we loved that the films were wonderful, but we're really always about the kids. But so it was a new idea to us to single out a young person for recognition, because at the same time, every year, RealWorks filmmakers would produce these remarkable films. I mean, RealWorks films have been seen by tens of millions of people around the world. We've been on HBO, we've been on Oprah, when that was a thing, and won awards all over the world. And our filmmakers would inevitably create work that was powerful and courageous and beautiful. And they deserve the recognition for their hard work and dedication that got them through from concept to completed film. So the F. John Outcalt Award for Outstanding Filmmaking allows us to celebrate those filmmakers whose work reflects our values of personal storytelling, artistic excellence, and community engagement. And it's a community award. The filmmakers you'll meet tonight, their work was chosen by their peers. I wanted to acknowledge and thank the RealWorks ambassadors. Are there any ambassadors in the room? Any ambassadors? There's an ambassador. The ambassadors are a leadership program at RealWorks, and they represent each of the programs. And they have the challenge and the opportunity to watch every film made at RealWorks every year, which can be over 40 films at times. And this last year, we had kind of double the films because the pandemic caused delays in completing a film, so they had more films to watch this year. And they had to choose 5 films, so they chose 7. And so the filmmakers you'll meet tonight they were chosen by their peers as representative of the best of RealWorks as a filmmaking organization, as a youth development organization, and as an organization that's seeking to change the world one filmmaker at a time. The winner of the Outcalt Award 2022 will be chosen by you. At the end of the screening, you'll have an opportunity to go online and choose your favorite film tonight. And that filmmaker will be announced and awarded at RealWorks Gala on May 25th. So, I hope you're ready for that challenge. 13 years ago, the F. John Outcalt Award for Outstanding Filmmaking was created and endowed by the generous support of Andrew Rosenthal and the William and Barbara Rosenthal Family Foundation. With their support, we've been able to recognize and celebrate remarkable young filmmakers like the ones you'll meet tonight. And it's my pleasure to welcome to the stage Mr. Andrew Rosenthal, whose generous support and vision made this event possible. Andrew.
Sorry about this. Hi. I'm happy to have the opportunity to say a few words about John Outcalt and about my own relationship with RealWorks. John was my partner for over 18 years. He was born in Newark, New Jersey, and grew up in Rockland County, New York. When he was a teenager, he would work part-time so he could afford the bus to come to New York and see Broadway shows. In those days, you could see standing room for $7. He moved into the city when he was 20 in 1978. He worked various jobs, including archiving news footage and worked at Lambda Legal Defense. And he also pursued his education, becoming the first person in his family to graduate college in 1990 with a BA from NYU, School of Continuing Education. While working and going to school, he managed somehow to find time to direct several shows as well. We met in 1988. I was a theater major who was trying to pursue acting. After we met, he continued directing shows and several documentaries and narrative films. I worked with him on several of these projects. Unfortunately, as the years went on, his output became somewhat limited because he had some chronic illnesses. He passed away 15 years ago. He was 49 years old. When he passed away, I wanted to find a way to honor his memory. After a couple of years of looking, I was introduced to RealWorks and John Williams by my friend Wilder Knight. It seemed a great fit. I could see the great benefits of this organization and felt that it was definitely one which John would support. I am sure he would have happily been a mentor to many aspiring filmmakers if he had been able. I sat down with John Williams and several students to think about how this would work, and out of this meeting came the F. John Outcalt Award, and that was 13 years ago. I'm honored that my family supports me in endowing this reward. I am proud to have been aligned with such a great organization over these 13 years. And I am also proud to have been a small part of the growth of RealWorks. The staff and its executive and artistic directors have done a great job in shepherding the growth of this organization. It has helped hundreds of students learn about making films and then helping many of them find works in that field. I am proud we found a way to honor RealWorks student filmmakers. Year after year, I have seen some amazing films nominated for this award, and I am very happy to have John's name attached to the award. I believe he would have been proud to have supported so many young, deserving filmmakers. I certainly am. Thank you.
How's it going, everybody? How's it going? I'm used to church. Y'all got to talk back to me. How y'all feeling? Everybody all right? I'm Brian Terrell Clark, and I am your host for the evening, which basically means it's my job to make sure that y'all are doing okay. I'm so honored to be here again and to continue this relationship with this amazing organization. I say this often, and it is true to my core. I really believe that storytelling is technology. And to be a storyteller is to be one of the leaders chosen to push humanity forward. And what better way to participate in that than to be the kind of organization that supports the young people who are going to be the next generation of leaders. And so I know it's an award ceremony, and I know that we, looking at your peers right now, and you're like, yeah, your film was good, but I'm gonna beat you. It is a competition. I know we're here to do that, but tonight, we're just gonna celebrate the fact that you actually completed these films, that you told these stories the way you wanna tell them, and that we get to all sit back, both here and online, and witness the magic of filmmaking. And you all, I got the opportunity before we started to sit back and have conversations with you all about what the process was. And what's so crazy is when I asked them what the best part or their favorite part of the process was, it was making the films. And so you're definitely already prepared. You love the actual work, not just the accolades. And so congratulations to all of you in advance. And congratulations for completing this work. I'm really excited because I got a chance to be here last year, and there was a nominee last year by the name of Maya Velasquez. Come on up, Maya. Shout out to Maya. I'm gonna let you say hey to the people before I ask you all these questions.
Hi, everyone. Hi, my name is Maya Velasquez. I am last year's nominee for the F. John Outcalt Award for Outstanding Filmmaking. It's an honor to be a part of this event. RealWorks has been a leader in the youth filmmaking space for 20 years, working with motivated, diverse young people all around New York City and all around the country.
Yes. Give Maya a hand, y'all. Give Maya a hand. Through some serendipity, we get to talk today, which is exciting. I'm really interested in what this award means to you. You know, we've heard and we're blessed to hear the reason why you are supporting these young people. And I'm interested from your perspective, what this all means to you. You were nominated last year. What is this experience like, and what does that mean to you?
Yeah, this award is such an accomplishment. I'm so proud of each one of the filmmakers. Like, your films are beautiful, and I think this award, it's outstanding. You, like, are being celebrated for the amazing work you've done and all the hard work you put into making these films, and I just think you should be celebrated, and it's just a big accomplishment.
Absolutely, absolutely. Would you, if you had to do this experience all over again, which you hopefully will as a filmmaker, what advice would you give to any young filmmakers who are going through this process? What would you look back and wish you could have told yourself at the start of all this?
Yeah, so for me, my film was the first ever short film I've made, the first film in general. And it was about my two moms and their coming out stories. And, like, that was so hard for me to, like, work on because, like, I never really talked about it before. So being able to make a film with RealWorks and explore this story about my own family was really, like, helpful and made me, like, grow as a person. So the biggest advice is just, like, create films that you're about something you're passionate about, and yeah, just stay passionate and, like, just keep doing what you love.
For sure, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure. It's funny, and on Broadway and both in Hollywood, people are always saying, you know, create and write what you know. And I am so thankful that I get this opportunity to share the stage with you, because I don't know if I told you how moved I was by your film last year. It was deeply personal, and I feel like not only did you learn a lot about your family, but we all learned a lot about your family. and it was deeply moving. It was deeply moving. So thank you for your work. Thank you so much for your work.
You.
Are y'all ready to see some films? Yeah? All right, without further ado, we are going to start the F. John Outcalt Award ceremony with viewing these films. Let's do it.
My film is about two brothers. It's about one brother getting a lot less attention from his mother and him dealing with that type of like emotion and jealousy. What I learned about myself while making this film was definitely about what kind of filmmaker I wanted to be. I learned that I really like horror movies and I like making scary movies, and that I'm a very visual creator. My mentor is Mark DeStefano. It was definitely good to have someone like listen to your ideas and bring like their experiences to it. RealWorks is special because of the community, the people that are here. You just feel comfortable to have like a space where you have like people that have similar interests and people that like understand what your passions are and listen to you. My name is Kim Leonhardt, and the title of my film is The Black Forest.
How did you know roses are my favorite? You are talented. I think we need to frame this. What do you say? Let's go. You're so good. Have you been practicing? Good. You're doing great.
She will never give you a chance with him in the way.
Hey, Griff,
Yeah?
have you ever been in the forest?
No. You know we're not allowed in there.
I was in there once.
What? Mom would freak out if she heard this.
You just say that because you're too scared to go in.
I'm not scared.
Then come with me.
No way. Wait. Where are you going?
Are you gonna be a goody two-shoes forever? You're so scared.
Wait. I'm not scared. Why are you stopping?
What's wrong? What's wrong?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm a monster.
The African King is about a struggling black actor who gets challenged at an audition and has to put his morals on the line. One of the challenges of my films was finding the location and the actors completely remotely, and it was very difficult to organize it through the computer screen that whole time. Something I learned about myself when making this film is that if I stay consistent and put in the work, I can achieve any goal I had. The thing that makes Real Work special is that many different people of all walks of life can come and share their stories and not worry about being judged. It is a place where you can come and truly just express whatever you want to express. Being a part of the Real Works community, it means being able to grow as a filmmaker and try your best to build yourself to be able to challenge the even more challenging projects in the future. My name is Sekou Sharif, and the title of my film is The African King.
Great. Because I've had enough of your constant nagging and complaining. Day in and day out. I don't kiss you enough. I don't feel the void inside of you, as if that's my job. No, you will let me finish. Don't you get it? I could have any woman in this kingdom. So go ahead. Leave. You are to damage goods anyways.
Wow.
How was that?
Now that's how you read a fucking script.
It's really just a script. I mean, it's real and deep.
And it's a big step up from dancer number 4.
And the character, John, I mean, the role, it's so new and innovative.
And white.
African king? It says black on the calling card.
Oh, come on. That's just a formality. I mean, you can't deny he sounds pretty white.
Whatever, let's just run a few more times.
Landon, you know I'm already late to pick up my brother.
Come on, my audition's in an hour.
Bye, Landon.
Jones.
They're horrible. They're absolutely horrible. Every last one of them. This whole project, man, of all the projects they could have picked, they picked the African King. Nobody's even gonna fucking watch this shit.
Are you in the bathroom?
No, what? I'll speak with you later.
Landon and L, 24.
Oh, look at that. It's you. I think we already met. My name's Roger Garone. This is my assistant Clarice. She'll be reading for you today. Whenever you're ready, start at Do You Hear Yourself?
Do you hear yourself? Don't ruin this night for us. You know what I mean. I just don't want to argue on New Year's. God knows you can argue.
You know, I don't think this is working.
What's not working?
Us. You are the worst husband and king this kingdom's ever had.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
Great. Because I'm tired of your constant nagging and complaining. Day in and day out. How I don't kiss you enough. I don't feel the void inside of you, as if that's my job.
John.
No, you will let me finish.
Wait. I gotta stop you real quick. That was some good stuff, man. Really good stuff. Yeah, so we just want to see, could you try it in an African accent this time?
Oh, I thought I was.
Yeah. But can we get a real one? You know, unmistakably African.
Excuse me?
I mean, it's completely up to you. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
What type of African accent?
Listen, man, just give us a general African accent. Can you do that? If not, then get out.
Do not waste our time.
Clock's ticking, man.
Yeah, I can do that.
Great. Start at great. See what it is?
Great. Because I'm tired of your constant nagging and complaining.
Yeah.
A day in and day out.
Don't even worry about it, man. It's so good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do this.
Why not?
Why? Because what the fuck do you guys know about African kings? Do you even know where this takes place? I swear to God, if you say
Africa.
Well, no shit.
Okay, we've heard enough. You may leave.
I was just about to. Don't worry about it.
Hey, listen, man. I don't know who told you you were hot shit, but listen when I say you ain't nothing but a check mark on a box. And believe me when I say there are 30 other black check marks waiting outside that door, ready to go. Unbelievable.
And then he was like, you ain't nothing but a black check mark.
What? Fuck them.
I'm actually glad I didn't get it.
Last year, I was starting the movie.
Could you put that down for a second?
Lely lo Lely, my London. Hey, it's Mark. The African guys, they want you for a callback. You know, they didn't sound African to me, but I didn't watch Black Panther.
What? I mean, oh.
Great, same place, same time, Wednesday morning. You'll be there.
Mark, could you give me some time to think about it? And I'll get back to you.
Think about it. What are you thinking about? You allergic to stardom? What's happening here? London, talk to me. What's happening?
You know, those guys don't even know what they're missing out on. Movie or not, you are the African king. I mean, after the way that they treated you, who would even want that role?
Who would?
Not me. That's for sure.
My name is Jason Oakman. My film is about the man named Masabu, karate instructor. He teaches young to old on karate and the importance of it. I would say for me, because we're doing it remote the whole time, it was hard for me to stay motivated for my film. And even more than that, it was hard for me to narrow down my idea because I wanted to do like a lot. For me, I learned that films are like art in a sense, you know, and like there's no real wrong way of making it, and sometimes you have to think outside the box to push your idea out. I feel like WeWorks is special due to its ability to gather all these young teens or adults and help them create something that seemed to be impossible possible. To me, WeWorks is like a second home.
Get back. Get back. Get feet along. Stronger. Come on. Go. Come on, kid. Don't jump. Punch. Punch again. Go. Keep those hands. Oh! My name is Chief Master Sabu. My age is 71 years old. My hobbies are coin collecting, baseball, football, basketball cards, and martial arts.
My name is Dr. Gary Xavier. I'm 45 years of age. I was so used to just seeing martial arts as being a kicking and punching type thing. But believe it or not, Master Sabu had segments of the course where you just sat still and just talked about how your day was, about how, what challenges you were going through. He treated you like family. You could have a father at home, a mother at home, a brother, a sister, but when you were at the Humble School of Martial Arts, you felt like you were in an extended family.
My first experience doing the martial arts was my uncle that was in the service, and every now and then he would come and visit us, which was maybe once a month. But before that, I had a good friend of mine that we was in school together, and watching him do the martial arts, it gave me incentive to want to learn, other than also watching the Saturday and the Sunday martial arts movies they had on every week. And that's what really got me started. I was excited. I felt that I would be a superhuman if I learned it. So by believing in myself, being consistent with that belief and reinforcing it, I was able to basically see people do the things that they thought they couldn't do. Because I didn't give up on them.
He made you feel like you were $1 million. And sure enough, that's the attitude, that's the confidence, that's the drive that I took in everything that I did. And I think that's where that innermost drive for me to succeed and conquer everything, I think that was where that was born. Always ask us, okay, bring those chairs here, bring those chairs there, bring those chairs there. So we'd have to lift the chairs and move them to different areas of the block. And the reason why he would be moving these different chairs is to provide somewhere for the elderly to sit down. So if they were waiting for the bus, he wanted chairs there for the elderly. If they were at the store and they were waiting for he took out chairs for the elderly. So it was our role, whenever we saw an elderly person standing up for just a bit too long, tad too long, we had to get a chair to them. And let me tell you, chairs were around the block, it seemed. And we'd have to take these chairs and lug these chairs around, look for the chairs, get the chairs, bring them back. And, again, we came and we joked, and I said, man, we don't got to wax cars. We sure enough lift these chairs all over the place. And that's like one of the biggest lives and most memorable moments that we've had together. And just as the movie stated, wax on, wax off, it taught you a lesson. First of all, you became very strong, okay? It taught you the strength of doing for others and considering others, and that respect and that consideration that we're always remain for others. And by giving to others, that customer service is really providing a service to yourself, building onto you as a person. So although we thought that we would just lugging chairs and he was putting us on punishment, he was really teaching us, okay, to embrace one of the most valuable elements of our community, and that's the elderly and those that are in need. Well, no one individual is perfect, but the one thing that I can hold true, and I tell you that I can testify to, is that Master Sabu really looks to help us fill the voids of what it is that we might be, either going through or what we might be enduring in life, I
would say loving yourself. And it's a challenge for most people to love themselves. It's a challenge for most people to even say, I love myself. Because most of the time we're living up to other people's expectation of us. So before you can love anybody, you have to learn how to love yourself. And as easy as it sounds, it can be very difficult for most people to say it.
We are the humble school. And we are one.
My film's about two very close friends, teenagers, dealing with the fact that one of them is no longer going to be living in the same city as the other one. I'd say one of the biggest challenges making my film was just having patience and being able to, flip between mindsets and be able to get back into the same one that I was in a year and a half ago. RealWorks is a special place. I mean, there's such a sense of community and there's such a togetherness that RealWorks has and shows that I really haven't found anywhere else. If there's any question, anything that I'm just stuck on or anything that's just generally kind of confusing, I mean, it's been immediate that someone comes around. Someone who really, again, knows what they're talking about is pretty unique, I'd say. My name is Samuel Dexter Dorr, and my film is Up on Top of That Hill.
Cool bike.
Yeah.
Wanna go?
Yeah. God damn. Fuck. My lungs suck.
Shocking. Are you offering me a cigarette? Thank you very much.
Well, since it's our last day together. What? It is.
I know. You got it?
I think I got it.
All right.
Nah. Fuck.
All right.
Shit. It's the wind.
Where's the wind?
Don't smoke, kids. London's pretty nice this time of the year, I hear.
I really doubt that.
They were probably right to. I guess London's not really nice any time of the year, huh? You're really going through the TSA with a bunch of benzos?
Klonopin isn't a benzo.
Yes, it is. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It just seems like a bad idea.
Why do you care? Sorry. Can we not do this right now? You're not gonna have to deal with this starting tomorrow. At all.
What happened to sober, JC? Aren't you supposed to be 3 weeks clean?
What happened to not doing this? Hey, Mom.
Hey, JC. Sam?
Susan?
We were just leaving.
Where the fuck are you going at 1 a.m.?
For a walk.
A walk? At 1 in the morning? Right. Because that's not suspicious at all. You're not even gonna live with me in less than 24 hours, and you can't even tell me where you're going off to into the night and fucking, I don't know, shoot up heroin or smoke crack or whatever the fuck you're about to do.
Mom.
This is exactly why you're going to your uncle's. This shit right now.
We're just going for a walk.
Cut the fucking bullshit, JC.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck is wrong with me? Who the fuck do you think you are, Sam? Get out of my house, both of you. Go take your fucking walk.
I don't.
Leave now.
Hey, Sam. What was that?
I don't know.
You can't just yell at my mom like that.
Dude, fuck your mom. She's fucking psycho. She treats you like shit.
I know. Doesn't mean you get to have a fight with her.
I'm sorry. That was fucking ridiculous.
I know. I live with her. I mean, soon I won't.
I'm sorry. Like, actually. I just hate seeing her do that. To you.
Here comes Mr. Savior complex again.
I don't think I need to have a savior complex to care about how my best friend gets treated by her mom.
My mom's probably asleep by now. I'm heading back.
Not that I need an excuse, but my bike is locked up outside your place, so I guess you're stuck with me for the walk home. I'm gonna miss you a whole lot.
I'm gonna miss you too. Fuck, I don't want to go to London.
I know. Hey. We'll still be able to talk. We can FaceTime. Like every day. Plus, I can come visit and you can show me around. Just promise not to overdose again.
Stop.
What?
Sam,
Am I not allowed to be concerned for your safety?
please just stop.
Not until you promise not to OD.
Dude, I'm literally leaving in 10 hours. Why do you have to do this?
Because you're using again. And that scares me. Also, you haven't promised you won't OD yet.
Okay, I promise I won't OD. Jesus! It literally doesn't matter. Why do you even care?
Because I care. About you. I fucking love you, man. You're my best fucking friend. And if you... I'm worried about you, Jace.
So stop worrying. I'm literally fucking nobody. Who gives a shit? Just let me fucking die.
Why do you do this?
No, Sam. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Have fun in London. Hey, I'm sorry I missed. I'm just sorry. I'm gonna swing by your house. Let's have a real goodbye. Not whatever that was. I'm sorry we keep doing this. Love you. See you soon.
There, the bike leaning, all rusted and old. Make a boy wonder our fates by the stories we've been told. There we sat up on top of that hill. We sat there forever. Feels like we're sitting there. Sitting there still.
My film is about my parents' immigration story and why they had to come here to the United States and what they had to sacrifice to come here, as well as what they achieved once they got here. One thing I learned while making my film was that I really have like a deep passion for filmmaking. I never really knew I had, so making this film really helped me grow that passion, and I feel like that was the most important thing I learned. My mentor was Derek Brown. He would just show me little like tips and tricks with editing and stuff. I was really able to make this film because of him as well. I definitely feel happy being a part of the RealWorks community. I feel like, in a way, I like to give back a little, so try to help out, because I know RealWorks has given me a lot, so I want to do whatever I can, to help them out as well. My name is Aldo Marino, and my film is Buscando un Sueño.
Estoy del suelo donde he nacido. Inmensa nostalgia invade mi pensamiento. Y al verme tan solo y
mi nombre es Manuel Morán y soy originario de México. En el año 2000 yo emigré de México para acá, para Estados Unidos. Yo tenía 21 años cuando llegué a este país y ahora tengo 42 años recién cumplidos.
Mi nombre es Olga Merino y soy originaria de México. En 1994 yo tenía 21 años cuando yo me vine para acá y tengo 26 años, casi 26 viviendo.
¿Y qué extrañas más de México?
Pues mi familia, especialmente mi mamá.
Me gusta cantarle al viento porque vuelan mis cantares y digo lo que yo siento por toditos los lugares. Y aquí vine porque vine a la feria de las flores.
Cuando yo era niña, allá los niños no teníamos juguetes que nos compraran. Los juguetes que jugábamos eran juegos con los niños. Diferentes juegos que eran y que jugábamos con los vecinos, con los niños en grupo. Pero realmente juguetes creo que no tuve, porque no teníamos el dinero para comprar juguetes.
Con lo relacionado a mi niñez, considero que viví una niñez feliz, aunque con muchas carencias. En ese momento no me daba cuenta porque era muy pequeño, pero no tuve las oportunidades que otros niños tenían, pero considero que crecí en un entorno feliz, crecí con mis padres, con mis tíos, con mis primos, con mis abuelos. Entonces considero que crecí feliz. La situación económica era difícil para nosotros. Sí, nos faltaban a veces las cosas más básicas en cuanto a la alimentación, por esa falta de recursos económicos.
Qué chula es Puebla, qué linda, con sus mujeres hermosas, que tienen cara de rosa y tienen labios.
En el pueblo donde yo vivía, pues ahí solamente los estudios eran hasta la primaria. Y para seguir estudiando teníamos que ir a otro pueblo. Y mi mamá no tuvo el dinero suficiente para que yo siguiera estudiando, como para el transporte, para los libros. No había dinero. Entonces yo solamente estudié hasta la primaria en el pueblo donde yo vivía. Mis sueños siempre fue como llegar a ser una modista o diseñadora, porque siempre vi que mi mamá trabajaba en eso, que éramos 8 hermanos y mi mamá nos mantuvo a todos cuando éramos pequeños. Después de que yo ya no seguí estudiando, yo empecé a trabajar en el pueblo. Yo hacía ropa para damas y me gustaba mucho, pero mi ilusión o mi deseo era algún día poner un negocio de ropa que yo misma hiciera. Pero cuando me di cuenta que en el pueblo, aunque trabajáramos mucho, era muy poco lo que ganábamos, sentí que eso no era suficiente como para ahorrar y empezar mi negocio. Y para eso necesitaba mucho dinero. pues ya todos mis hermanos estaban aquí y pues veía yo que pues tenían sus trabajos y que se ganaba mejor dinero aquí que allá, pues decidí venirme. Yo creo que sí valió la pena haberme venido para acá y dejar pues lo que dejé allá, porque yo sentía que tenía que hacerlo y fue muy difícil porque lo más grande y lo más que me sentí mal dejar fue a mi mamá. Ese fue lo más difícil para mí.
¿Por qué?
Porque ya todos mis hermanos estaban aquí y yo era la única que yo vivía con ella. Entonces esa decisión fue...
Como yo mantenía esa relación tan cercana con mi mamá, mis hermanos ya no estaban allá hace varios años, pues fue lo más difícil, quizás, dejar a todo el entorno, pero a mi mamá, eso fue lo más difícil para mí. Siempre pensando en ella, en qué iba a ser de ella y si ya no nos volvíamos a ver o cosas así. Eso fue lo más difícil, pero era un paso que había que dar. Al buscar otras oportunidades, no quedaba de otra. Y siempre va a ser así en la vida, ¿no? Todo el mundo busca oportunidades y en donde las encuentre, pues tiene que alejarse algún día de sus padres. O en este caso yo, de mi mamá. Sí, yo decidí venir a este país por lo que escuchábamos allá. Que allá no encontrábamos esas oportunidades de empleo, de superación. Allá igual hay empleos, pero se gana muy poco dinero. Y ese dinero no es suficiente. Entonces ese fue el motivo, lo que escuchábamos, que la gente venía y nos dábamos cuenta que muchas personas cambiaban sus vidas cuando venían para acá. Y esas eran las diferencias que notábamos. Mejores oportunidades acá en Estados Unidos. Yo considero que sí valió la pena ir a los Estados Unidos porque allá en Estados Unidos encontré las oportunidades que aquí en mi pueblo natal, en el país donde nací, no encontré. La vida me dio otras oportunidades allá. Hoy tengo un trabajo estable, eso cuenta mucho en una familia. Tengo un hogar, conocí a mi esposa allá en Estados Unidos, hoy tengo un hijo y es la parte primordial en mi felicidad y en mi esfuerzo día con día. Considero que sí, que ha valido la pena, a pesar de la distancia de muchos años viviendo lejos de los familiares que se quedaron acá, pero aún con todo eso sí ha valido la pena el haberse ido para allá. Estoy muy contento de vivir en Estados Unidos.
Voz de la guitarra mía, al despertar la mañana, quiere cantar su alegría a mi tierra mexicana. Yo le canto a tus volcanes, a tus praderas y flores, que son como talismanes del amor de mis amores. México lindo y querido, si muero lejos de ti, me digan que estoy dormido y que me traigan aquí, que digan que estoy dormido y que me traigan aquí. México lindo y querido, si muero lejos de ti.
My film is about a teenager who just lost his best friend and is going through grief, and he's trying to find a way to honor his best friend through his love of comic books. One of the biggest challenges I've faced on this project was being the leader, and when it came to this project, it was just a very professional environment, so it was very daunting to tackle that. The part that I'm most proud of would have to be the cinematography, because it was the part of the filmmaking that's just seeing everything that you've planned and have it actually come to life. Before RealWorks, I didn't think I'd do anything film related, and they just took the time to really nurture it and help care for it, even when I kind of gave up on it. So the faith that they put in their students and their alumni and all the people that are just affiliated with it is inspiring, to say the least. My name is Alexander Ortiz, and my film is called Panels.
This is so stupid. Why can't I just get this right? Chris? What's wrong? Can you talk? Yes. Can I ask you something? I'm sorry. Chris? Chris.
How much longer are you gonna take?
You can't rush something like this.
Yeah, but can I still see it?
No.
Why not?
You're the one that asked me if I could draw this. Now I am. Only a mile away.
Alright, that's fair. But
Seriously?
what do you mean? This is good enough to be professional.
Wow. Yeah, you really know how to boost someone's confidence.
Yes, no problem, but you should try doing something with this.
Like what?
You like reading comics? Try drawing one.
That's a lot to work on, you know?
Yeah, it's no problem. All you have to do is try.
Dear Chris, I had a dream last night, and the night before, and again before that too. We were in the park like usual, but then I'm alone. You just disappeared out of nowhere, and it feels like you should have taken me with you, because it felt like I had nothing anymore. I want to apologize. You were strong for the both of us, and I see that so much more now. And when you died, it's like the strength went with you, and I see that you never left. You're still here. And I have to use that same strength you gave me and finally move forward. It's time. I think I'll give that hope you always seem to have a try. Sorry I didn't come back sooner. I just couldn't before. I had to make you this first. I miss you, dude. Miss you.
Revelations is about a girl named Jalen who realizes that she has feelings for her best friend Yessie, but this is against everything Jalen has known. Definitely during this whole process, I learned that filmmaking is not easy. I always want to be a filmmaker, that's a dream of mine, but I did realize that it takes a lot more than just yourself. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to not know everything, and that was something I had to come to terms with, being my first time directing something so big. One thing that really stuck out with me when I joined RealWorks that made it so special was that it was so diverse and different people, different walks of life from all around the city that all had the same passion for filmmaking. It was something that was really new to me, and I felt more comfortable being with everyone who was just as willing to learn something as great as filmmaking. For me personally, being a part of the RealWorks community means that I'm having my voice be heard, and I can somehow create that outlet through the craft of filmmaking, and I can find myself in what I want to do in film. My name is Jalissa Bedford, and my film is called Revelations.
Anthony, Jalen.
Surprise! Yessie? Oh my god!
I thought you weren't coming back up till next month.
I begged my mom to let me come back earlier to visit you.
Oh, I'm glad it worked. Oh, Yessie, this is my boyfriend, Anthony. Anthony, this is Yessie, you know, that friend I mentioned.
Whoa. You know, when Jalen first mentioned about getting a boyfriend, I thought she was joking.
Really wasn't.
Anthony, can you put away the stuff real quick?
Yeah, no problem.
Anthony's a sweet boy, Jesse. Jalen's always with that one.
I'm glad. That's great to hear, Jay.
Great to see you back here, Jesse.
I should let myself out so y'all can hang out.
I know, you don't have to.
No, it's chill. I'll see you tomorrow. It was nice to meet you.
Seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, I think he is too.
You think?
You know, it's crazy. You've been gone for so long, but it doesn't feel like it now that you're here.
I know, right? I miss you, Jay. New Jersey's mad boring.
So do I.
Padre nuestro que estás en los cielos, santificado sea su nombre. Vénganos tu reino. Hágase su voluntad en la tierra como en el cielo. Danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día. Y perdona nuestras ofensas, así como nosotros perdonamos los que nos ofenden. No nos dejes caer en tentación y libéranos del mal. Amén.
Jalen, say amen.
Oh, amen.
Anthony should be coming over soon, right?
Yeah, he texted me he was on his way.
Stay. I'll answer it.
Okay.
Ya voy.
How was last night?
It was good. We had fun catching up.
That's good. So, like, you want to do something after school?
I have a lot of work to do.
I could always help you out.
Yeah, I'm gonna be late if we don't keep walking.
You being for real right now?
Yeah, let's go. Hey! Give me back my phone, dummy!
When was the last time you danced, Jay? Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just my mom's bothering me.
Do you want to stop the music?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm fine. Okay. Just get away from me. Leave me alone. I don't want this.
Jay, what's wrong? It's me.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh my God. Anthony, I'm so sorry.
No, you got serious problems, yo.
Anthony, I'm sorry. I don't know what's gotten into me.
Yes, you do. You do know.
What?
I feel so stupid. You can't admit it, huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The way you've been acting? You leave to go hang out with her? You actually smile with her?
Yessie? She's... No, you're crazy.
Am I crazy? I tried to make things work.
Anthony, I'm sorry. I don't know what this is. I didn't mean for all of this to happen.
Take care of yourself.
After we head upstairs, I think I'm gonna get myself ready to go to Yessie's.
Okay, just be careful going over there.
Actually, I think I'm gonna go through the front.
My film is about my grandmother and her relationship with her family, religion, and her illness. My mentor is Ingrid, and she was really encouraging in helping me seek out more B-roll, like whether it was going to an actual church and like getting shots there, talking to the priest, or actually like going out to the Dominican Republic where my grandmother's from and filming like the family life there. What makes real work special is how like welcoming the environment is and how encouraging they are. They have so many opportunities. Like you take one program and like there's so many others following up to it to help you grow as a filmmaker and a storyteller. What it means to me personally to be a part of the Real Works film community is Just that like I have a safety net. I know I can always come back here and they'll help me out or like provide me with more opportunities. My name is Daphne Castro and my film is called Arcadia Jorge.
Mi nombre es Arcadia Jorge. Nací en Liceo del Medio, Santiago. Mi infancia no fue muy buena, puesto que tuve que ayudarle a mi madre, que yo tuve 12 hermanos, yo era la mayor. Incluso a veces tenía que mandarme al conuco y llevarle comida y café o agua, algo así a mi papá que estaba trabajando, que era agricultor. Mi papá se llamaba Manuel María Jorge, mi mamá se llamaba Florentina del Carmen Ureña. Ellos vivían en el mismo Liceo del Medio. Yo me casé a los 22 años, fui a vivir a Santiago. Duré un tiempo viviendo en Santiago, mi esposo trabajaba en una tienda. Luego nos mudamos para el Liceo del Medio, donde yo nací. Duramos un tiempo ahí. Después nos fuimos a vivir a la capital. Ahí crecieron todos mis hijos. Una parte vive en Nueva York. La mayoría se casaron todos. Yo de ahí vine a vivir aquí a Nueva York. Mi esposo murió a los 84 años. Duramos 62 años de casado. Tengo 16 años viviendo aquí. Ya soy ciudadana, muy agradecida de mi país, muy feliz. Y con ejemplo de mis padres, así yo crié mis hijos. Tuve 8 hijos, todos mis hijos son ejemplares, gracias a Dios.
Póngale el Cristo en el centro porque está a un lado.
Cristo en el centro, ahí está.
¿Y por qué tú lo coges para ti?
Dame el mío, Cristo.
Ahí, lo que cuelga, linda. No, te lo
rueda para acá también, rueda para acá.
Ajá.
Y después rueda para acá.
Y viene para acá.
Eso es.
¿Cuándo va a llegar de mí?
Y después va a llegar para mamá.
FIFA, ¿dónde está?
Primero mamá y después FIFA, va.
Y después va para allá. Mejor es mamá.
FIFA, ahí hay FIFA.
Ahí está.
Y por último se quedó en el centro.
Pero ustedes no se han fijado que la...
Yo te llevo desde niño muy adentro. Te encontraba en el pájaro y la flor, en la lluvia, en la tierra y el silencio, y en mis sueños cada noche estabas tú. Desde entonces quiero darte siempre gracias, porque puedo darme cuenta de tu amor. Beberé de tu cuerpo y de tu sangre, y por siempre te daré mi corazón.
Yo practico la religión católica. Desde que yo nací, mi padre y mi madre eran católicos, pues yo seguí su misma religión. Por eso me bautizaron, me casé por la iglesia y en fin, seguí todos los reglamentos de la religión.
¿Por qué es importante para ti la religión?
Bueno, porque me crié en ella y tengo fe en eso, en la religión. Tengo mucha fe, incluso ahora mismo estoy enferma. Lo que yo pido con fe, Dios me lo concede. Yo me he visto en casos difíciles. Mi hija enferma, Josefina, que le dio polio cuando tenía 6 años. Y gracias a Dios, Dios me la salvó. Por eso yo tengo mucha fe, porque me ha dado pruebas. de que existe Dios. Imagínate. Yo quería que Dios la dejara viva, ni que fuera inválida. Y que va, Dios hizo su milagro. Ella no caminaba, tenía un brazo muerto y un pie. Y pedí con fe a la Virgen de Altagracia y al Cristo de Vallaguana. Y gracias a Dios, ahí está mi hija bien. Pudo estudiar, hacerse profesional. Todo bien, gracias a Dios. Esa era una prueba muy fuerte. Pero si Dios le manda algo a uno, es obra por un bien, por algo es. De un malo saca un buen provecho. He aprendido muchas cosas. Aprendí a valorar la vida, a ser humanitaria y a saber compartir con los demás. La fe mueve montañas. Si uno tiene fe, nada es difícil. A veces uno tiene una cosa difícil, la pone en manos de Dios y te ponen fácil, fácil. Porque para Dios nada es difícil.
No, es su decisión. Ella lo tiene en sus manos.
Sí.
La decisión.
Está en sus manos.
Ella tiene la decisión de elegir.
Sí, así como ella dice.
Voy a pensar positivo. Voy a pensar positivo. Voy a pedirle a Dios.
Sí, ya.
Aunque el cuerpo a veces te diga, no, yo estoy sana, yo estoy sana, yo estoy sana.
Mira, así como ella se tomó la decisión de que no se va a hacer nada. Si ella toma la decisión de mantenerse bien.
Me siento bien.
Me siento bien.
Me siento bien.
Porque yo me siento bien cuando yo la llamo. Ay, que mamá, estoy bien. Es que yo sé cuando ella está mal o está pensando. Porque no me gusta ver así, tú ves. Uno tiene, porque uno se da cuenta, aunque uno no la esté viendo, ¿ves?
Sí.
Pero no.
Pensar positivo.
Porque mira, yo que ella diga, ay, estoy sola aquí. Estoy bien, mamá, que estoy bien, todo bien, todo, Uno tiene que, ¿qué uno va a hacer? Tengo que acostumbrarme. ¿Qué voy a hacer, verdad?
Sí.
Pero hay que ir para adelante. Hay que ir para adelante siempre. Decir, la vida es así. La vida trae sorpresas y cosas. Siempre uno tiene que confiar en él.
Cuando Dios ve que te manda algo, te pone algo en tu camino y tú te revelas, tal vez Dios te pone la cosa más difícil, pero cuando tú aceptas lo que Él te ha mandado, Dios ve esa humildad, esa humillación o lo que tú digas está bien.
Sí.
No te la pone tan difícil, ¿tú me entiendes?
Dicen que el día tú te lo proporcionas. Si tú dices, hoy me va a ir bien, hoy te va a ir bien. Porque todo depende de ti.
Yo le decía a la doctora, la enfermedad mía es aquí que está.
Sí.
Todo lo que yo me siento, de ahí que me sale, nomás eso ahí.
Sí.
Grabamos en la mente de día, de noche, por la mañana, a cualquier hora, eso no me quita.
Ya eso se fue ya.
Pero ya.
Mira,
Ahora yo me ponía la mano ahí y ese puño me llenaba,
mira.
con eso. Y mire, no es capricho mío, ¿no?
Can we give these young filmmakers a hand one more time? Wow. So we're gonna pull the chairs up and we are gonna start a fun Q&A. This is my favorite part of the night. I cannot wait to pick your brains. I was so deeply moved by all the work that you all did. And I'm grateful that we all got the opportunity to take part in the stories that you had to tell. We were all very, very deeply moved. And yeah, I can't wait to hear what your thoughts are. So when you get a chance, come on up. I get the middle seat. All right. I just, the first thing I want to know, just in general from all of you, is how has this process changed you? Do you feel any different from this process? It's an interesting thing to be asked to tell a story, and I got the feeling that all of these stories are deeply personal. Or at least come from a place that is personal within you. So I'm wondering how is this process? How are you different before you did this, and now after it's done? No particular order. Anybody? Okay, go for it.
I feel like for me, it made me trust myself when it comes to like creative projects. Just like going with my intuition. And also it made me like a little bit more detail oriented. Like every time I watch back, or like when I'm filming in general, I'm always like nitpicking myself. But yeah, I think that's just because I know like what I can create through this like program.
That's amazing. Anybody else?
I can go. Yeah. I feel like I have more confidence when I'm going into things that seem bigger or that I can't see the end of right away, because I know I took part in this really long process where I had to like ride the waves, the ups and downs, and like push through. So it just gives you confidence knowing that you can like follow through with what you want to do and end up completing everything you set out to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I want to add on to that it made me realize how important my voice is, because reworks, the whole process is all about you, especially things like the narrative program and the documentary lab. It is all about what you want to do and what your like vision is, and they help you achieve it. So you feel definitely a lot more heard and appreciated, and then in the future you also feel more confident like voicing your opinions to other people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What y'all think?
Well, I changed, not a lot, actually. I'm pretty much the same person I was before. Before making the film, I just had this sort of like tangential relationship with film, you know? I was just in a film class because that's what my school put me in. Right. I didn't really want it. They put me in, I was there for 2 years. RealWorks came up and was like, hey, this is a great opportunity. And then I started writing the film, and it kept growing and growing and changing and changing. And then right after, I just feel not confident, but what is it? I'm bad at words.
You don't feel confident?
Are you kidding me? No, I just feel I know that I can grow a lot more every time I rewatch this film because I feel like there's something that, like, it's my voice, but I feel like I can always make it a little bit louder, you know, and that's what I'm excited about.
Do you think you want to continue filmmaking?
Absolutely. I just don't know how, you know?
I would say that's a big change. You said before this you were taking class and you didn't even want to do it. Now you want to be a filmmaker.
Wow.
What about you?
Well, I always known I wanted to do film, but like when I first started at RealWorks, like I can say definitely this process has made me mature physically and as an artist. I've matured a lot from first conceptualizing Revelations and having it now out. I think definitely I've made a lot of growth as a person. So that's my change there. It's a huge change, but it's a good change.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Last but not least.
I would say for me, what changed was the ability to push yourself even though you didn't want to do it. For me, like, because when I was making my film, it was in remote load, and in that time, I had no motivation at all to even finish it. But I was able to push myself to finish this film and try to tell the story as best as possible.
Wow. Can we give these filmmakers one more hand? I think often as practitioners we take for granted the process and how difficult it is to think of an idea and then to actually follow through and make something. And so you should all feel extremely accomplished because it is a very difficult thing. But now let's get into these films. Kim, you up first. First of all, I love all of your films. We talked a little bit last year about Black Forest, and again, like I love horror and I love the whole thriller horror space. So I had new questions, I think, than I had before. My question is, can you talk to us about the creature? In horror films, it's always about the reveal of the dark force, right? So you set us in this forest, which we'll talk about in a second too. But I'm interested in, anytime you're thinking about a horror film or making or creating a horror film, you gotta think about the monster. Talk to us about your choice of creating this particular monster and what your intentions were behind who it was, she was. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was? Talk to us about this monster.
So what I thought about, like, creating a visual of the monster in general, I wanted to show as little as possible because the scariest thing is the thing that you can't really see. Like, you know, when you watch a movie and the monster is shown too early and, like, you see the makeup and everything, and then you're not scared of it as much. I wanted to, like, it to be more of a shadow. And so you can visualize more of what you think this monster looks like. And I really wanted it to be like more than like an outside creature. I wanted it to come from like within what he's feeling. Like, it's more like his personal monster, you know, what he... And especially in the film, he kind of considers, since it's something like inside of him, he considers himself to be like this monster, this horrible person, because he is like, he's feeling these complex emotions, this jealousy, and he's like, what am I doing with myself? Like, I'm horrible. But yeah, and so I wanted the reveal of the monster being like the mom, like later in the film, and basically I wanted to show as like little as from the monster as possible, like a lot of like close-ups of the eyes and this like big long coat is what I envisioned. And yeah,
I just think it's fascinating that you start your film with this mother praising one son, and then you slowly allow the development of the internal monster of the younger brother to be a bit of a reflection of the mother, as if the mother is the impetus of the jealousy of the child. Talk to me about the decision to kind of parallel the mother's treatment of the older brother with the internal conflict and creating a monster. And essentially, every bad mother out there, you're creating monsters. No, I'm joking. But essentially, that's part of the narrative that you're telling, is that there's something about the way this mother's treatment is of this older child that's creating this internal conflict in this young person. What made you want to explore that relationship with mother to son?
I feel like parents are super important roles for their children. It's basically all that you have. You grow up with them. They raise everything, like what you know, what like lessons they teach you, and how you see the world basically is. And such an important role becomes like with a lot of responsibility. And I thought about how this responsibility can like turn dark, you know? If you don't take, like, if you like prefer one child over the other, it can like have like very like huge effects on children because they look up to the parent and the parent is everything to them, you know? And in this situation, the mom basically is not only, like, she's part of the cause why this is happening to the child. And, I mean, of course, it's like coming from him, but she is also a big part of the reason why he's having these, like, emotions and huge, also insecurities about, like, that he's not good enough.
Right.
And, yeah, I just considered the big responsibility that parents have on their children.
I feel like that was so clear. I got to pace myself because I know. Somebody keep me monitored on time because I can stand here with them all day long. How long do we have? It's 8:30. Don't ask you guys. It's 8:36. I'll look at this paper. It's probably in here somewhere. Okay, so I have two more questions. Okay, just to stay on this film. Talk to me about, there's a moment where our young actor's back is towards us before he assaults his older brother, and he's standing in front of this interesting like hut made out of like sticks. It's a little bit like it feels like he used to play there or they used to play there. It's obviously a place in the woods they used to go to. Talk to me about the choice of having the assault happen at this secret hut that brothers just usually probably just play at. Why that setting?
The forest was kind of like a representation of not just growing up, but also like this place that was very hidden from the kids. They were not allowed to go anywhere near that forest, etc. And this hut kind of presented like this kind of darker place deep inside of him, like his heart technically, you know, in the middle of the forest. And it's just where like the showdown happens. And I thought about adding like a memory of them playing in this place, but I feel like I more wanted to go that it's like the forest is kind of him and this is like in the middle of like the hut is where the whole thing like revolves.
I got all of that. I was like, we are inside this kid's being, which is what the forest is. And now we're at this place where this beautiful, essentially space for him, the hut, the playground, has now turned into a violent space. Fantastic job. Y'all give it up. Give it up for Kim. Sekou, you up next, the African King. Give it up. I loved it. Absolutely. We got some fans in the house. Talk to me a little. You literally wrote my experience as an actor in a movie. Yeah, I was sitting up there like, yep, and that happens, and so does that. Talk to me about unpacking the racial politic in the narrative of this film.
Okay. I always get confused with this. I feel like when I originally joined the Narrative Lab, I wanted to be intentional about like creating a film that showed like the perspective of a black male, which is often not represented in fields like being an actor. And I also wanted to show how, like, the struggle of trying to be an actor is even more difficult to be as a Black man. So, so when I was making The African King, I wanted to show not only the obvious, but the nuances as well, the subtleties, the things that are just uncomfortable that you would have to deal with. And a main tone I wanted to portray was just the feeling of not knowing how to act when someone says, like, try it more African, you know? Like, there's no real way to reply to something like that, you know? And it's kind of like an attack on your character and your, like, what you know to be true, right? And yeah, that was my main goal in tackling the racial side of this film.
Totally, and it's interesting to me because, you know, as actors of color, we're often asked to adjust our acting. It's always an interesting thing when basically what a white person is asking you to be is blacker. Talk to me about filming that scene, particularly with the casting directors. I thought the casting, by the way, was fantastic. Finding those actors, all of them. Talk to me about what it was like directing that scene. That is such a core scene to me of your film. What was it like directing that scene?
I feel like it really was really getting the script down to a T and making sure that my vision was clear on paper, because as soon as we did the table read, I feel like everyone was able to understand the tone. Everyone was able to kind of, like, it just felt obvious. Everyone laughed exactly when something felt funny. It's because I feel like once you spend so much time, and real works really emphasize, like, take your time with your script. Once you spend so much time perfecting the way you want the film to come across, and obviously I feel like my actors were amazing. They, like, every single character I feel like was exactly how I imagined when I was writing it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's like the best case scenario, because they are the film, you know? And it just felt more real that way.
Yeah, that having the cast that reflects what your original vision is has got to feel like a dream come true. I think there's a really interesting conversation that your protagonist is having with himself that a lot of actors have with themselves, which is when you know the thing that you're being asked to do is something you don't want to do, but you feel like it holds the key to your success. You've got an actor who wants a job, and at the very end of your film, you have him text the casting director or his agent back that he will be at the callback. Talk to me about your decision to allow us to see that part of the process.
I feel like it would have been easy to have the character in the end be like, screw you guys, I'm gonna go and create my own film and, like, be the best blackity black film. Like,
right.
I mean,
are y'all hearing that feedback as well?
That would have been perfect. That would have been like the perfect scenario, but I feel like I really wanted to have some realness and some sort of, I guess, controversy, because in the real world, 9 times out of 10, people for their dream are gonna do things that maybe they wouldn't support morally, you know? Mm-hmm. And sometimes people definitely cross the boundaries of their morals for what they want and trying to chase their dreams.
It's a hard thing. You don't realize you literally wrote my life. One of my first acting jobs in LA was a version of this. I kept going in, being myself, being like, hey guys, it's nice to meet you. They're like, great, you just graduated from Yale, it's good to meet you. And I would shake their hands and they'd be like, okay, now can you play Thug number 4? And I'd be like, yeah. give me your money, ho. Like, it was like a thing. And so I realized I would never get it, and they would ask me to go back out of the room and read for the lawyer, and everybody was 45, and I was like 25. So one day I was like, I'm gonna get this job, because the next time I go in to a casting situation, I'm gonna sit in the casting room as the character. I pulled my pants all the way down to my ankles, and I leaned back like this. They said, are you ready, Mr. Clark, for your audition? I was like, yeah, if you're ready, whatever. You let me know when you're ready. I went in with the director and producer. I read for NCIS New York or CSI New York, something like that. Cussed everybody out in the room, slammed the door when I left, and booked it. We're on set. I want to see the rest of this movie. I want to see him play the African king. Because on set, I did my first scene, and the director goes, cut, Brian, it's not thug enough. I read your resume. You went to Yale. And I was like, okay, so what does that mean? There's always this perception of what it is to be black, particularly for black men, and I don't see it often reflected in cinema. I appreciate you, and I applaud you, brother. Thank you for telling our story.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for telling our story. Jason. I'm very excited to talk about the form of importance. Okay, so many things. How did you stay motivated during the pandemic? I remember hearing that part of your narrative in the interview before the film started, and I know that had to be difficult. How did you overcome that to complete this project?
Well, it was a really big struggle. For me, when I started Wheelworks, it was right when the pandemic was happening. At the time, I was fully motivated. I was like, yes, I want to make this film. I was waiting so long to make this film. But then as the months went by, as I actually started filming everything, it slowly break me into a point where I just didn't want to do anything. And there was other outside factors. It wasn't just school or stuff like that. But I would say, like, thanks to Charles from Wheelworks, the faculty, he messaged me and asked me, like, not years later, but months later, when I was like a senior, to like, hey, do you want to re-edit your film? So I was like, at the time, I was like, yes. Yes. Yeah. So for me, staying motivated was a hard factor, and after making my film, I really realized that it's possible. Even if you dropped your project or dropped your dream, it's still possible to make it. So yeah.
Wow. And I know that we are talking to the students, but I hope that all of you here that are listening and those that are listening at home understand the importance of the people that work for RealWorks. I know a lot of us in this audience have testimonies of mentors and teachers and people who came into our lives to encourage us to keep going. And had it not been for those people, we don't know where we would be today. And so that's partially why I love working with RealWorks, because of stories like yours. So Charles, wherever you at, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for pouring into this young king. Thank you. There's interesting intersections in your piece. To me, the two that stand out the most, again, I could stand here all day and talk about y'all work, but there's two intersections that really interest me. One is the cultural intersection between people of color and karate. We don't talk about it enough, but there's something about that black belt theater growing up, watching my grandfather watch. There's something powerful and beautiful about the intersection of people of color and the Asian culture. Can you talk to me about your choice of filming a karate school with these people of color? And the other intersection, because we probably got to put this into one answer, is the other intersection is the generational intersection. Did that move anybody else to see that there were people that were in their 70s teaching karate to these babies? I almost cried. Like, it was very, very moving. Talk to me about this intersection, this intersectionality in your piece.
So for me, shooting this film was probably the hardest, because at the time, I only knew how to, like, film the beginning part and the middle. I didn't know, like, in the middle of what to say or what to do. And through these intersections, through these talks with Master Abu and also his students as well, I was able to learn about them in a more deeper level, which I never able to do in a normal conversation. And because of that, I was able to bridge the gap of Black, but also to bridge a gap of age as well, to understand how people back then dealt with bullying, violence, and also just in general how they lived through that.
It's powerful. It's powerful. It's a beautiful film. Beautiful film. All right, who we got up next? Samuel. All right. So many. Oh, sorry, Samuel's not here. Samuel's not here. So shout out to Samuel and Aldo. Shout out to Aldo as well, who's in Mexico right now. Shout out. Great films. Great films. Okay. Let's talk about, before we get to Alexander, because I love panels. I'm a superhero buff. Let's just go there. We're going to go there. Talk to me about, of all the superheroes, because I don't think I asked you this last time. Of all the superheroes, Superman's my favorite, but I'm just wondering why you chose Superman. It wasn't Batman.
Can't be Batman.
Can't be Batman.
Can't be Batman.
Can't be Batman. Can we talk about why you chose Superman?
We had to choose Superman. We had to choose Superman because he is the paragon of justice, of hope. And when you are at your lowest, you have to have somebody to pick you up, whether they're real or whether they're fake. And if somebody in a page dressed in blue spandex and red undies and a weird cape has to do it for you, then that's what you need. That's what I needed. I gotta be honest.
Yes.
I gotta be honest.
Indeed. So that's why Superman.
Oh my God, cause how's Batman gonna justice? Like no.
Exactly.
I'm here to save you. Don't be sad. Doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Talk to me a little bit about your choice to be in your film, and it's a two-part question. The choice to act in it, but also the choice to play the friend of the two, because you could have played the other role. Right. So why choose to be in it, and why choose to play that character?
Because I am Travis. So I don't need to be sad in front of the camera. I'm sad behind the camera. So essentially what it is it's more selfish, if anything. I needed to hear that everything could be okay, even when, I just don't feel fine. Everybody doesn't feel fine every once in a while. And different struggles, different things, I can recognize that I do have a very privileged mindset, very privileged lifestyle, even though it's not very, high maintenance or anything. I have a lot of support, and I still can feel like I'm not worth it, not good enough.
You're not alone in that.
I know, yeah. So what I needed to hear was myself say that I can do whatever I want. I can do everything that I think I can do, even if I don't really believe it, If I can just look in the mirror and be like, hey, we're going to make this movie. Or, hey, we're going to make this song. Or, hey, we're going to act in our own movie and we're not going to cringe about it. We're going to do it. And
you did. And you did it. Yeah. And it was great. Can we give him a hand? It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I had one more question. Stop giving me the 5-minute thing. We got about 5 minutes, y'all. Talk to me about the flowers, the choice of the flowers at the end. I thought it was, I have lots of opinions about it. I thought it was a beautiful moment, a beautiful touch between two friends, between two brothers. I'm wondering where that came from, where that choice came from.
It's a lot of things. I mean, how often do you see two guys give each other flowers? I've never seen it.
Right.
How often are you going to be vulnerable with your best friends even when they're still here? How often can you really look at your friend and be like, hey, I love you, I need you, I miss you,
you're a very important part of me in my life. You know, how often can we really say that? How often are we comfortable with saying that? You know, so it's really just about like pushing the boundaries, which is what Travis has to do for himself, like tenfold. Even though he doesn't really do a lot, it's mostly mental. It's still just as hard, still just as taxing as any physical obstacle would be. And, you know, the flowers really just symbolize this very vulnerable, very gentle exchange of passion, you know?
Yeah. And we felt all those things in that simple gesture. I thought it was powerful. Great job. Great job.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
You know we got to talk about you know I love your film.
I know.
You know I love your film. Okay, we're talking about Revelations, y'all. We're talking about Revelations. I always find all the details in your film. Like, all of the details, right? So we won't be here all night. We'll talk offline. But I did have questions about, like, at the something I didn't pick up last time. Mm-hmm. The very top of your film, right when the title card comes on, you suck the air out of the room. There's no sound. It jolts us into the journey that we're about to take. What was the choice to do that? What was the choice to put up this black title card, Revelations in white, and suck the sound out? I know what my visceral reaction is to it, but I'm wondering what your thought was behind that.
Basically, before that happened, we're introduced to Jalen and everything on her outside. But once she sees the couple, we kind of get sucked into her world. And that quiet is just us in her mind in that moment as we watch her go through that whole journey of coming to terms with herself.
That's what I felt.
Yeah.
That's what I felt, because it's so not black and white. And I love that the title card is black and white. And I love that moment, because that's definitely what I felt like I experienced. You know, one of my favorite sections of this film is that editing near the end with the touching. Has to be your favorite too. When we find our protagonist in the back. Well, first it's the touch to the leg, and then it's the going back and forth between the boyfriend and the female best friend, and like all of what that all is. Talk to me about your choice of using touch to jump us back and forth between the two relationships that our protagonist is juggling.
Yeah, so we can tell definitely, like, with Anthony, like, Jalen is not herself. Like, that's not who she wants to be with. That's not who she feels she is. With Yessie, she feels more to terms of herself, more comfortable. And I think jumping between back and forth is showing that calamity in her mind, the chaos that she's feeling. Like, who do I, like, feel for? Who am I? Who do I, like, want, you know? It's that basically, it's not just the relationship, but it's also her bouncing back and forth with her true identity.
Totally, and I love the use in this film of the way the mother functions. It's something that's a theme. Mothers out there, there's a theme in this, right? That because the last time we talked, I really focused on the religious element of your film, but I think this time the mother's presence and how that influences, you know, our lead's choices. Talk to me about the choice of mother and this particular actor as well. The casting of this actor to play the mother.
Yeah, so, oh my gosh, she's like the best. She was perfect. Like, the moment I seen her, I was like, that's her, that's the mother.
Yeah.
Personally, I haven't gone through that, but I know a lot of people who are in the community. They do have mothers who are like that, especially in the Hispanic community. And I wanted them to know, like, I see you and I understand, like, that struggle that you have when you want to tell your mother, like, who you are, but you're afraid that she won't accept you because of what she believes in and what she stands for. So that's definitely what I wanted to do and I casted for the mother and emulate that picture of her in my mind.
And we felt that, didn't we? We definitely felt that. I can't ask you all the questions I want to ask tonight because we got to go, but talk to me about this final moment. You bookend the piece really, really well. We start off with seeing this relationship that's not hers in the front of her building, and the mother says, come on, we're going to go around the back, right? Talk to me about your choice of writing that and what that means at the end for you when she says, no, I'm not going to go through the back because of what you're seeing here. I'm gonna choose to go through the front door. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so that first part, it's just, you know, we see her within herself closeted. obviously going through the back. Her mother doesn't want her to interact with that side that she hasn't discovered of herself yet. But at the end, we see once she decides she wants to go through the front, that's her saying, I'm come to terms with myself, this is who I am. And even though her mom may not understand, she doesn't care that that's where she wants to be.
I love that. I love that final shot. I love that shot with the mother in the background and our lead in the foreground and this smile deciding to go forward. It was fantastic.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Job. Last but not least, congratulations. I was over there trying not to cry. Someone in our audience was crying. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful film. Deeply personal, deeply emotional. I'm so thankful that you chose to shoot some DR stuff. I'm shooting a TV show in the DR right now, and as soon as I saw those shots, I was like, yes, she went to the DR. Talk to me about specifically the use of B-roll and music in your film. I was deeply moved by your craft of telling story through music and B-roll, particularly in yours. Talk to me about what that discovery was for you.
Yeah, I was really interested in the B-roll myself when I was shooting. I think one of my inspirations was this in class, our instructor, he just randomly was every class he pulls up examples for us to get inspired. And one of the films he showed us was Hale County This Morning, This Evening, and it's directed by Ramel Ross, and he basically just follows around this black community within Alabama and just shows their daily life, and there's just a lot of mundane shots with without any plot, and that really inspired me to just follow my family around and just record them while they're looking out the window, just taking in the air and stuff. Yeah, so that was really exciting for me, and I'm glad you enjoyed watching it. It was exciting for me to film. And the music, it kind of all started from that beginning, that opening scene.
Yes.
I just really, I don't know, I really liked that song, and I don't know, I chose it for the beginning.
You knew you were going to choose that song from the very beginning of the project.
Yeah, I didn't even know the song. I was playing it in my head. I don't know where I remember it from, but I don't know. I really like that song.
It was a magical moment. It was a magical moment for me too. And speaking of the B-roll, something about your grandma's hands. I mean, there's a song called Grandma's Hands, but it moved me. And also the funny moment of the cross. We love that moment. Did we not love that moment? Talk to me about. It's a personal question. Is she still with us?
Oh no, she passed back in February.
This is why I love storytelling. What a gift to yourself and what a gift to your family to be able to have this. I just have to tell you, as a grandson, you have honored your family with this piece, and you have honored your grandmother with this piece.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna just leave with this last question because it's selfish. How was shooting in DR?
It was so fun. I was just carrying around my camera since the airport, just trying to get random stuff, annoying everyone, just oh, sit here, let me put this lab mic on you, and she's oh my God, we're waiting for this fucking plane, no. But yeah, it was just amazing because I don't know, New York is really dull, so getting to see all the colors in DR, it opened my eyes in terms of cinematography. It was just so fun to play around with color once I got those shots. Yeah.
Yeah, we viscerally felt that the moment you started shooting in DR. I think it's such a beautiful place, and I feel like you captured an element of your story that you wouldn't have been able to capture if you didn't shoot there. So I'm glad that choice was made. And on that note, I think we have to move on. I so want to sit here with y'all forever and ever and ever. I loved your piece so much. So thank you so much for being the craftsperson that you are.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful piece. Beautiful piece. So I'm going to leave us just with a few more thoughts. Tonight is about so many things, including legacy. And just as you honored the legacy of this amazing woman, we are also here honoring the legacy of Mr. F. John Outcalt. And I just want to thank you personally for honoring him, for choosing to honor him in this way. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, a few little things, y'all. RealWorks is expanding. They are reaching students, of course, in New York City. We know that, but we've been expanding. 17,000? Is that where we are, John? 1,700? 17,000. 17,000. I'm gonna just keep saying it. We want 17,000 students. I wish I had a program like this when I was their age. We're at 1,700 students, and we want to continue to expand. In classrooms, after school, keeping our kids engaged, keeping them creative, but also keeping them safe. We are here, and this is how we are changing the state of New York City and expanding to change the state of this nation. We want you to go ahead and help us. Those of you who are here, those of you who are at home, we want you to help us be a part of that change. Any donation is nothing's too small. So, that $10,000 that you were going to give, that's not too small. You can give that $10,000. I think $5,000 is fine if that's what you want to roll with. If you drop a $1,000, that's cool. That's cool. We will not reject you. We will support you, and we will celebrate you. So anything that you can give will help us to continue to not only create these films, but to pour into the lives and make an investment, honestly, in the world that we live in. Do you see these young people up here? They're literally going to be the leaders and are the leaders now of this world. So thank you so much. We thank you for your support, those of you who are already supporting and giving, and we ask that those of you who have not, this is a perfect opportunity. We'd also like to ask you to join us on May 25th. I'm going to be hosting our gala, and I'm very excited because we have got the head of macro in this piece. He's amazing. And then also, I have a huge talent crush. I'm going to try not to embarrass myself, but Miss Regina Hall is a force of a talent, and I'm so thankful that the world is starting to finally realize who she is. I was a fan since Scary Movie, but I'm gonna just go ahead and put that out there. So buy your tickets. It's gonna be May 25th, and not only can you pick up your phones to donate and become a part of the gala, but also you can go to www.realworks.org/donate. Again, that's www.realworks.org/donate. Again, when we change the storytellers, you indeed change the world. I firmly believe that. So thank you so much to all these filmmakers. Thank you so much to you for being a part of this process. And we will see you on May 25th. Thank you.